Is it fair to say that when you're working with actors, what you really want, and I think this is probably true of a lot of filmmakers, that you want to be surprised and you want them to surprise themselves maybe as well?
Yeah, of course. And again, that's why I try to avoid, rehearsing the scenes as they're actually going to be in the film, and trying to explain and analyze things of how this is supposed to be done, and what we're expecting from the scene and what are the intentions. So yeah, of course, it's you need to find a process that basically enables the actors to feel free and creative, and to have the space that they can try things, they can fail, and they can feel confident and comfortable that we're all there for the same reasons and they're going to be protected. And so basically you're just enabling them to just go out there and be bold and not care about how they're going to look, and just come up with things. And especially because you haven't rationalized it, and there can be ideas that come from nowhere, and maybe they work or maybe they don't. But it's definitely a direction which allows a lot of freedom and a lot of time to try things in different ways, which is what I try to do in general while we're filming. And that's one of the reasons that I don't like to use like cinema lighting, and I use natural light or practical lights, and I don't want to have a lot of equipment around. I just want the camera and the actors, so we can just basically focus on that, how we film them and what they do, and not move lights around and change every shot that we take in every setup, change everything and wait for the lights. It's just me, the actors, the camera, and the sound, and we just try things and rehearse. And if something doesn't work, we change it immediately. And if we get a shot, we go to the next one right away. There's no waiting time. They stay there, and they enjoy that as well. They don't have to go wait for half an hour and then come back and then start again. So I think that's quite important, apart from how it looks in the end.
Yeah, but also your films are appear to be very carefully blocked. It's not just a matter of letting the actors, do.
No, they are, but in the end.
Yeah.
But you go through.
You're finding that together.
Yeah, you go through a process, and they are very precisely planned beforehand as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we do think a lot about how they're going to be filmed. There's a very specific plan. There's a very specific plan of how the scene plays out. But I like to do all that, to be prepared, and to have created a language, a filmic language with my collaborators. Yeah. So we kind of speak the same language. But then as soon as I go on set, I never look at that. And some of it stays in your head anyway.
Yeah.
Some of it is you repeat it because you're the same person, so that's how you think, and you repeat it. But at the same time, you have the freedom to, discover new things that you couldn't imagine, sitting in a room, imagining how the shot is going to be and how the actors are going to do it. Yeah. I like to discover it again on the day, on the spot. And then if we get stuck and we don't know what to do, then I go back to our notes and go like, well, let's see what we thought here, and maybe it will help us out.
And then sometimes you can discover surprising things in the cutting room too, no? I mean, values that you didn't even know that you were
of course. Sometimes you don't know, sometimes you don't know if you think that, you see a take and you go like, this is never going to work. Yeah. And then you go into the cutting room and you discover that this is the best take. Because it all has to do with, what the previous shot is and what the actor did in the other shot and where in the film, it takes place. And it's really hard to have, all of that in your head when you're, doing one shot of one scene. And see a take and go like, yeah, that's it. That's that's what's it gonna be. So you need to allow the freedom and the variation in order to be able to fine-tune performances, the story, the character during the editing process. And also, again, the structure also might need to change because it works on a different way on paper, but when you actually watch the film, again, it's not exactly as you imagined it, so you have to tweak things and change the structure slightly, or find stylistic things that give a different texture to the film. Like, for instance, the cards, the title cards that are in the film is something that I came up with during the editing, because of the pace of the film. The pace of the film just felt so fast to me that I really needed to put some, points,
barriers.
Yeah, some there to signify certain, parts of the film, and then, it became a stylistic thing as well. And we had our wonderful graphic designer, my friend Vasilis, who's done all of the posters of my films, designed them, and it becomes, part of the film that you hadn't necessarily thought of from the beginning. But which you discover during the editing process.
Yeah. Do you enjoy every phase of the? For instance, the mix.
I hate every phase.
Okay.
The thing
Great.
is, I always wonder why I do it. But I guess it's in every phase. There's these moments that are amazing and magical, and that's what keeps you going.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is, a lot of pain and stress and agony. Yeah, I guess during the writing process, when you discover the tone or the actual story or what it is going to be, there's like a excitement, which is quite unique. And then, of course, the writing process takes a lot of time, and you're frustrated because you haven't finished and you want to make the film, but it's not there yet.
8 years.
Especially with this one that
That's a
took
long
8
time.
years. Yeah, thank God we had other films to do in between.
Yeah.
But yeah, every part of the process, filming is the most stressful one. Although it's kind of you think it's kind of the nicer before you're there. You look back at it and go like, oh, I wish I would be, filming right now. But when you're in it, it's extremely stressful, and you, no matter how much time you have, no matter how much money you have, it's never enough. There's always the pressure of, you're filming something that will stay forever.
Yeah.
You can't change it, and people go, you have 1 minute left if you want to do that shot.
Or else you're cutting into the next day.
What?
Yeah.
This is going to stay forever. Give me 3 more minutes.
Yeah.
No, it's 1 minute.